Alright, hey guys, it's CSFan001 here. Time to begin the very long process of showing off all the game's relics. Now, the only one I will not be showing off is Survivor Success, because that would require me playing through like the first 4 missions of the game again to even be able to show anything with it. And it's still not even helpful. I can tell you that it's not still really all that helpful, especially compared to all these other relics. So, we are going to start with the crossbow assault rifle relic. So, now many of these relics don't kick in until after the creek bed section of the first level. So, I will see you guys in just a moment. Okay, so, back for the assault rifle crossbow relic. So, like I said, you don't get access to this until after you complete the creek bed section at the beginning of the game, so I just rushed through that. Let's take our knife. Now this, I will admit though, is the relic you will usually be using if you're trying to do either A, speed run, or B, any subsequent runs after the first time you beat the game. Because this relic is actually unlocked just by beating the game, which is freaking ridiculous, because it makes you so overpowered it's not even funny.
Daryl, come here.
I mean, it basically makes like half the other weapons in the game obsolete, and I mean, you really... This, like I said, is what you're doing for either trophy collection in the future, or from just trying to beat the game quickly for like a speed run or something. So I mean, let's just go test it out, shall we? I mean, we've obviously already seen this weapon, but I mean, look at this, look at this. You can just run right over here. I mean, yes, the ammo isn't the most common thing in the world, obviously, for the assault rifle, but getting the crossbow this early... I mean, look at this, we're killing most of them, but I mean, the crossbow is really the super helpful part of this. And I mean, I'm probably gonna die because I'm not even... Hey, you're grappling me. Because I'm not really trying to, you know, stay alive here, but... Really, like I said, the crossbow is the big advantage here because that allows you to stealthily get through the early levels of the game with no problem whatsoever. I mean, look at that. That was so easy. So, yeah, guys, that's what happens when you take the super overpowered relic. And the relic, it would be kind of nice if you could, like, switch them on and off in here and just switch them around, but no, you can't do that. You have to start the entire game over again. But yeah, that thing is freaking ridiculously overpowered. That's how you make your subsequent runs go in less than an hour. So, yeah. Okay, so our next relic is... And yeah, it shows if it's active or not. Melee boost. That means that melee weapons deal more damage. So that hammer's right there, so we will be testing this out next. Okay guys, we're back. So second relic of the game, like I said, is the one that makes your melee weapons more powerful. Now, I forgot to mention this, that each of the relics is unlocked in a specific way. Now, I did mention that the...
Come here. We gotta work up a plan.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did mention that the assault rifle crossbow relic is unlocked just by beating the game, which is pretty cool. However, the other relics are unlocked by doing other stuff. And that means you have to get a... Excuse me there, guys. A certain survivor through to the end of the game. To get this relic, you have to get Jane Carroll to get through the end of the game. So we're going to stealthily execute this one, but we're going to try out the hammer on the next walker we come across. So this thing's usually like a 4 to 5 hit kill, right? Let's see how well it does. That ain't bad. I mean, this thing was a 4 or 5 hit kill. Now it's only a 3 hit kill. Hey, walker. Okay, 4 hit kill, but that's because I didn't hit him in the head. So that's actually pretty helpful. So it's not a bad relic, but it's only good if you're going to be using melee weapons. If you hold it down, it's a 2-hit kill. That's actually fairly good for the basic hammer. So that means that probably like the baseball bat and stuff are probably like a 1-hit kill. So that's actually pretty good if you want to try to do like a challenge run of the game and try to beat it using only melee weapons. I don't know. So you could potentially do that if you wanted, and that might actually be fun. So, not a terrible relic, I'll say that. That's not bad. So, our next relic is the Marksman boost. When enabled, this relic allows you to fire all ranged weapons faster and with greater accuracy. This is unlocked by getting Terry Harrison through to the end of the game. And unfortunately, I don't remember who all these survivors were, but I mean, I'm on the Walking Dead wiki page, but this is one, but like I said, I don't remember where all the survivors come from. So, next up, we will see this relic. Okay, so now we've got the Marksman bonus. Like I said, you get it by rescuing Terry Harrison. And I just thought I'd go ahead and list as well where you find these survivors at. Now remember, this means they have to make it to Firesign Stadium to get them, to get these relics and all. So he is found in Sherwood, actually. So he's very easy to get if you choose to rescue him. He's very, very easy to get. The one for the melee boost, Jane Carroll, is also... Or actually, no, she's in Palmetto Estates, my bad. But, oh, man, I don't know where that came from, guys. Sorry about that. She's found at Palmetto Estates, so I just thought I'd list that so I don't, you know, leave it out. So this is supposed to give you, like, better accuracy and all, but... I mean, the rifle already didn't really shake, so I'm not really finding too much of a difference with this weapon, because all firearms are one-hit kill if you if you hit them in the head like you're supposed to. So personally, I don't really find much of a use for this, because during the majority of the game, you're supposed to be like sneaking around and stuff and not really doing close range, or not really doing long range firing and stuff, so really I don't find too much of a purpose of this relic, especially compared to the others. Because I mean, I can't really tell that much of a difference in accuracy. Okay, so our next relic. Faster, Stronger. When enabled, this relic increases your condition and movement speed. So I believe that means you can run around for longer and you run around faster. So that could potentially be good for a speed run as well, when you think about it. Because being able to move quickly is good for a speed run, but you then don't get the assault rifle and crossbow. So it sort of has its ups and downs. This is unlocked by saving Sheila Schneider. And to get her, she is in Archer Creek or the Clara Chem Labs. So yeah, I believe you actually find her in the latter of those two locations, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's right. You don't find her until the Clara Chem Labs. That's when you can actually recruit her. Archer Creek, it doesn't necessarily matter. But yeah, the Faster, Stronger relic. I will meet up with you guys and just... Actually, you know what? This one, I can actually just show off in the creek bed, which is kind of nice, because this one is pretty simple with how it works. So this should allow us to, like I said, have a little more sprint speed, or just a little more sprint as well. Oh wow, I can actually tell a pretty significant difference here. That's actually quite a bit different. Man, that's actually pretty impressive.
Cut through the trees to see what he wants.
I can actually tell a pretty significant difference on that. I mean, that's actually pretty good, I guess. Like, if you don't mind using crappier weapons, you could really do a speed run using this relic and probably save some time. But, like I said, you might not save enough time to make it really worthwhile compared to using just the assault rifle crossbow, because, of course, the assault rifle crossbow does allow you to have those weapons early on and really just speed run through the game, because you can just murder everything that gets in your way. Come on, zombies. Hey, come on, can't you hit me any faster? So that's actually not that bad of a relic. Okay, that's actually pretty good to know, so that's not bad. Okay, the next relic is Survivor Success, but like I said, I'm not going to show this one off because that would pretty much require me to play through a few missions until I could get some survivors and like show them actually doing fairly well. And really, it's kind of pointless compared to a lot of the other relics, so I'm going to say we're not going to worry about that. However, it is earned by rescuing Noah, whom you find him in that Clayburn area where we were in the hospital, and you could either save him or take the medicine, and you have to save him there. So yeah, that's how you get him. So a little more complicated, and of course you have to get him all the way to the end of the game. Okay, next up we have Item Boost. So, when enabled, this relic makes restorative and distraction items more effective. This is earned by saving, I believe his name is Mike Swinson, and he is actually found, I believe he was the guy from the logger camp, and I'm just pulling it up here on this thing to check. You find him in Cherokee Hills, it says. That's what it's saying on here. I don't totally remember though, but yeah. So, let's try out Item Boost and see how it does. So, I'll see you guys in just a moment. Okay, time to test out the Item Boost relic, and I'm going to wait a few minutes on this level because first thing I want to do is actually play through long enough to where we get a lot of walkers at once to where maybe it makes it a little bit easier. Because I want to test out and see if it actually makes those items that distract the walkers work better, because I don't really know exactly how that would work, personally. Grab that, even though the fuel and stuff doesn't matter, because I'm going to be done with this playthrough in like all of 3 minutes. Okay, let's see what happens when you attack me. Come on, eat me, buddy, come on. Dude, stop staring at me and start hitting me, okay? Wow, you're slow. Okay, this is the most pathetic walker I've ever seen in my life. Dude, you're supposed to eat me, not just stand there and stare at me. Okay, so usually the sports drinks don't heal that much, so let's see what it does.
Not bad.
Wow, that was actually a lot. That's actually a lot. Let's see what this one does. Alright, come on. See if you're as stupid as your friend. Hey, buddy. Wow. Being attacked by one walker at once is really not threatening because they take forever to hurt you. Okay, so if my calculations would be correct with how much the sports drink healed, this ought to be about a full heal.
Oh, that's better.
Wow. Now that actually makes a pretty significant difference. So I guess if you ran this relic, you wouldn't need nearly that much food and drink. I don't know if it heals survivors any better, but dang, that's actually a pretty significant difference. Okay, let's see what it does in terms of distracting them. Does it just distract them for longer? Yeah, that doesn't look like it's making that much of a difference. It probably just distracts them for a little longer. Hey, stop honking the horn. Hey, that was supposed to hit you. Okay, so the healing aspect of that is actually really good, though. That's pretty significant. So, yeah, that's actually pretty significant. I'd say that that's actually a very good relic. Okay, so our next one is Bigger Clips. When enabled, this relic increases the clip size on all ranged weapons. Hey, guess what? Whoever wrote that description, not all weapons use clips. Some of them use magazines. Well, unless you're Senator DeLeon, who believes the 30 clip magazine round that can fire 30 rounds in half a second. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. He said that. He's one of the dumbest people I've ever heard in my life when it comes to firearms. Okay, so to get this, you have to rescue Mia, whom I remember we rescue in Fontana, actually, because that was when Scout takes off with the bag before you can get it. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so the Bigger Clips, although it should technically be Bigger Clips and Magazines relic, this one actually makes a significant difference. Like, it doesn't change the clip size of the bolt-action rifle because it's only one shot, so I would assume it doesn't change the size of, or the amount of crossbow bolts you can fire, because you can only fire one out of that crossbow. But as you can see, I have a substantially larger amount of ammo, and I feel like this relic, maybe I read it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this relic also increases the amount of ammunition you find. But as you can see here, revolver now has 8 rounds in the magazine. Well, I don't know if that's technically a magazine or a clip, considering it's a revolver, so I don't know how that counts technically. But let's see if this guy, but I found like a total of 18 additional rounds of ammo up to this point. So that's pretty significant. Like, that's a lot more than I found before. Okay, so let's talk to him and see if he actually gives us more ammo. Yeah, that's more ammo than we got before. We only got like 10 rounds apiece. So this is actually a pretty significant relic. You get a lot more ammo total. So this would probably be really good for like the semi-auto shotgun and the semi-auto rifle and some of those other later weapons. So that's actually a pretty big difference. So yeah, actually, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's actually really good to know for the future, because that is not a bad relic. Now, technically, I mean, infinite ammo is probably better no matter what, but still, that's not a bad relic. I'm glad I tried that out. Okay, 3 more to test. Stealth movement. This relic decreases the range that walkers can detect you. Okay, well, that personally sounds kind of useless, but you get this one from rescuing Warren, and he's actually one of the first characters you find in the entire game. He's actually the one that you find at the gas station in the first area of the game. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting, I guess. So, yeah, I will see you guys in just a moment with stealth movement. Okay, so this relic is supposed to make it so walkers can't detect you as easily. See how long this one takes to find me. Well, he's certainly not seeing me yet. Okay, let's try that on a few others, though, because I feel like that one, since he's the first one you technically kill in the main game, aside from the creek bed. I want one that's, you know, standing up to try to fight one of them. So I'm going to head up to the last part of this area and just see what happens. I can hear my dogs wrestling downstairs. It's kind of funny, actually. They love to play with each other and wrestle and fight over their chew toys. I love the puppies. Okay, so let's try it out right up here, because there's quite a few walkers up here. Hey, walkers. Hey. Hey, guys. Hey, come over here. Yeah, I can see sort of a difference with this, because... Dang. That's interesting. Like, does this one not realize that I'm, like, right behind him? Wish it was like Far Cry and you could execute like 4 people in one set. Well, this one actually does make quite a bit of difference. So, if you're going for like a pure stealth playthrough, this wouldn't be a bad option, because, I mean, look at this. This idiot won't even chase me. Hey, dude. Dude. Seriously. What kind of walker are you supposed to be? Do you not know that I'm here? Okay, there he goes. That actually is pretty significant. Okay, that's actually pretty good to know. That's a pretty big difference. Okay, silenced weapons. This relic gives you access to a silenced pistol and rifle from the beginning of the game. Now this should be an interesting one, but this one is given to you by Jimmy, or this one you get by getting Jimmy Blake all the way to the end, and he's the police officer on top of the building in the second location of the game, technically. So I guess it's first, second, however you want to count it. He's the one on top of the building in the same area as Warren Bedford, so you get him at least pretty early on. But let's try this out, because this should be pretty fun. Hey guys, so this relic, the suppressed weapons relic, now that's pretty interesting. You get actually the fast action handgun at the beginning of the game, so it pretty much prevents you from having a sight on it, but still, man, that's actually pretty significant, because I mean, that's a good pistol early on in the
Come
game.
here. We gotta work.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
You only get one magazine of ammo for it and for the rifle. So the rifle's the bolt-action rifle, unfortunately, which is, of course, the worst rifle that you can have in the game. But that's still pretty big, actually. So let's execute you and... Wow. Okay. That's not bad, actually. That ain't bad. Can't even tell where I am. Okay. It's actually pretty cool. Very quiet, too. I mean, it's supposed to be quiet, but yeah. Man, this is what they need on the actual TV series. So I don't know if they ever had suppressed weapons on the TV series. If you had them, you'd never have to worry about the walkers. Rifle ammo, bolt-action rifle if we wanted it, but we really don't need that now that we've got the suppressed one. So you would probably get rid of the suppressed rifle fairly early on because the other rifles are all better, or the only other rifle, I guess, is the semi-auto rifle, but it's still significantly better, so you'd probably get rid of that pretty early on, but this is arguably the best pistol in the game, and you get it this early, so that really isn't too bad. I mean, you don't get any pistol ammo for the first couple of areas. I mean, see, that idiot walker doesn't even know where I am. Oh, hey, no biting. I want to see what happens if I try to kill all of these walkers from here. Nah, there aren't very many of them, though. Haha, you don't even see me. That's pretty funny. Okay, so... that's not bad. I mean, the rifle's kind of useless after the first couple of areas as soon as you get a better one, the semi-auto. But the pistol handgun is actually good for probably most of the game, so... not a bad relic, actually, especially if you're going for a stealth playthrough, so... good to know. Okay, so that leaves us with only one more relic. Infinite ammo. This is unlocked by getting all 9 other relics. So yeah, you will never run out of ammunition. So we're just going to go ahead and start the game with this, and we're going to see how far we can survive in the creek bed with this. Because you only get the bolt-action rifle at the beginning of the game, and you get, what is it, like 7 rounds of ammunition or something, as we're going to see in a moment. So this should be pretty interesting, but a lot of these relics are kind of cool, and the only reason I'm not selling this game back yet is because I may, in the future, want to do a whole playthrough or 2 of this game using some of these relics and just see how it goes. Like the actually useful relics, and just sort of see how it goes, especially the infinite ammo. I mean, just think about it. The final mission of the game with the assault rifle and infinite ammo, I mean, seriously, that's pretty epic. So yeah, never run out of ammo. That's pretty cool. I mean, this would break the game completely, but, you know, it will take, you know, quite a few playthroughs to get infinite ammo. Because, I mean, saving all those survivors, that's 8 different survivors you have to bring through to the end of the game. And more likely than not, you won't be able to get more than 3 out at the end of the game. So really, it's going to take at least a minimum of 3 playthroughs to get all the relics. So that is a decent way they added some replay value to the game, even though the game is still awful. But that is a pretty significant way to add replay value with this many ways to cheat the game. Okay, let's see how long I can survive here. That's my goal. I don't know. I'm assuming it's just an infinite spawn and that it's impossible to survive. But I have never actually done this with... oh crap, I screwed up. Oh wow, I just totally effed this one up. So, you probably could make it longer than I did. But that is a significant relic though, and like I said, I wouldn't mind someday playing through this game again using the infinite ammo relic and just see what happens.
You okay?
So just in case the music were to copyright me, but Yeah, I mean, that's actually pretty significant. So that's all the relics. The only one I didn't show, of course, was the one that makes the survivors work better. But really, I didn't see a point of showing that because they already suck so badly that there's not really a point of even trying to buff them. That and the fact that it would have required me to play through a few missions, like probably the first 2 to 3 areas to even be able to show it. So yeah, guys, that is officially it for The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Let's Play is over. And like I said, there was good and bad to it. I enjoyed parts of it, I didn't enjoy parts of it. I mean, it's not that good of a game, and it was very short, as expected. But, I mean, it wasn't too bad, and I think it's cool I got to show off the relics. So, that is it for The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, at least for now. There may be someday that I revisit herd mode or revisit the game with relics and just show you guys a thing or two from it, but most likely that's going to be the end of it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, I hope you guys enjoyed the series, and be looking forward to my next Let's Play whenever it gets started. So, see you guys then.